Welcome back. We started off slow today. The plan was just to visit the Central Museum and keep the rest of the day easy. We booked a Yandex taxi and in about 15 minutes arrived at the Central State Museum. Tickets cost 500 tenge, and if you want to see the Hall of Gold collections, it's an extra 1000 tenge. Photography isn't allowed in that section though. The museum itself is really impressive. It's one of the biggest in Central Asia and has a massive collection of artifacts from history and archaeology to culture and politics. There are 6 main halls, and you could spend hours here exploring. Once we finished up, we walked over to Independence Square, which is just nearby. Next, it was time for lunch at Line Brew restaurant. The food was just amazing. Perfectly cooked steaks, delicious sides, and even the desserts were spot on. The place has a really elegant vibe, and the staff were super friendly too. We then went over to Dostik Plaza, a stylish mall in the city with international brands shops, a supermarket, and a nice food court on the 3rd floor. We entered the day with a quick visit to Mega Park Mall, close to an Airbnb. That's pretty much how our day went. A good mix of history, food and shopping. A simple but really enjoyable day in Almaty. Today we are exploring the Ascension Cathedral and the nearby attractions. Took a Yandex taxi about 2000 tenge and we are on our way. This is the Ascension Cathedral, also known as Senko Cathedral. Hard to believe it was built back in 1907, completely out of wood and without nails. It's 56 meters tall and actually survived a huge earthquake in 1911 with barely any damage. The colors and details are beautiful and it's still a functioning church, not just a tourist stop. Right next to the cathedral is a park of 28 Panfilov guardsmen. The park honors the Panfilov's 28 guardsmen, 28 soldiers from an Alma-Ata infantry unit of the Red Army who reportedly died during World War II in the Battle of Moscow. Named after Soviet General Ivan Panfilov, these heroes are remembered for holding back the German advance into Moscow. There's an eternal flame here right in front of a striking black monument that pays tributes to soldiers from all 15 Soviet republics. Next up, we headed to the Museum of Folk Musical Instruments, also in Panfilov Park. The building itself is historic, built in 1908, around the same time as the cathedral. It used to be the house of officers and in 1980 it was transformed into a museum. Named after the famous Kazakh musician Nicholas, it's packed with traditional instruments not just from Kazakhstan but also from Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia and Uzbekistan. Definitely a unique stop. After the museum, we made our way to the Rocket Chocolate Factory, just a 500-meter walk down Senko Street. The factory itself isn't open to visitors, but the shop is, and it's totally worth a stop. Rows of chocolate, biscuits and all kinds of sweets. Basically a candy lover's dream. And since it's right across from the Green Bazar, we couldn't resist checking that out next. This is the Green Bazar, one of Almaty's busiest and most vibrant markets. You can find everything here, from fresh fruits, vegetables and spices to meat, clothes and household items. The food section is especially lively, with a wide variety of meats including horse meat, which is common here. Definitely a great spot to experience the local market vibe. Just remember, the bazaar is closed on Mondays. The food section, especially the meat stalls, is super lively and can be a little intense if you are not used to it. Everything is fresh, but it's definitely not like a typical grocery store back home. Be prepared for the sights and smells. It's all part of the full Green Bazaar experience. Walking towards a restaurant, we noticed a state puppet theatre. Looked pretty cool. We stopped at Marina Rosha, a Russian restaurant with an amazing vibe. The interiors are beautiful, the staff is friendly and speaks English, and the food absolutely delicious. We tried a variety of dishes and everything was full of flavor. Prices are reasonable too. It's a great spot for a satisfying meal right in the heart of the city. Right before heading to Central Park, I checked out some nearby hidden spots and found a fabric shop called Rukotelier. It's inside a beautifully renovated historic building, which is worth seeing on its own. The shop has a huge assortment of fabrics and all kinds of sewing and knitting accessories, all at very reasonable prices. Even if you're not into crafting, it's a fun place to explore. And then Central Park. The kids couldn't wait. The park is massive. Rides, water park, kids railways, so much going on. Since the park is so big, we decided to start with the kids train to get an overview of the area. And that turned out to be a perfect idea.
We're the last people standing, still dancing when the lights come on. The music is fading, but this is our favorite part. I used to feel like an outcast, but I think I'm alright after all. 'Cause you make me feel like I belong. You like me from me without all of the glitter, and you make me laugh just like a little kid. And all my insecurities just disappear when you're here with me. I've been a stranger to this feeling, never felt so high. Won't even care if you and I come crashing down tonight. I'll let it hit me, it feels different whenever you're around. If I'm
After the ride, we spent some time exploring the areas we had spotted along the way, and the kids had an absolute blast. We spent about 2 hours enjoying the park before heading back to our room. Later in the evening, I headed over to Almaty Mall, which is basically the biggest shopping center in Almaty. This is Ascension Mall. That's where all the luxury brands are. Almaty is huge, packed with international brands, a great food court and plenty of activities for kids. If you are into shopping, you will need at least a couple of hours here. And that wraps up the day. See you in the next vlog. Until then, bye.